Welcome back to Learn English with Camille, and almost all of the time,
Calvin, or sometimes Calvino. Just kidding.
Never.
Maybe in Portugal, Calvinho.
we are here with an exciting video. If you're watching video, you'll see our shirts, and maybe you'll know what country we went to and what we're going to talk about. But if you're listening, then you might not know. So today's video is about
Jordan, the country.
Jinx.
What else is there? I guess there's the sports hero.
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan
Yeah.
also could be
Jordan Nikes.
video
the shoes.
worthy.
Yeah. We are super excited to be here to talk about Jordan. We went there just a couple weeks ago. We had the time of our lives, and so we're excited to share some funny stories, memories, and maybe you're interested in going to Jordan, and we can share with you what we did, what was worth it, and a bit about our thoughts. So before we get started,
I just want to highlight that Camille writes books, and we also have courses and workshops on the website. We have physical books on Amazon and digital books on our website and also on other places on the internet. So I'm so proud of Camille for creating these resources. She is a language learner just like you and uses her own experiences to create resources that will actually help you learn. You got to put in the work, but if you do that, you will see a good reward. So buy these books or courses on the website or on Amazon.
the website is learnenglishwithcamille.com. We're only showing a few books, but I think we're up to 12 books now. So there's something for beginner, intermediate, advanced. There are now children's books, resources to teach your child English. So we're expanding a bit into that as well.
If you are watching on YouTube, we also have a membership now. We're building in perks, private videos that only you can watch. We release videos a little early for those as a little special perk. And you never know, there could be some surprises, so you probably should join.
Yes, you can join by just clicking the little join link below.
Yeah.
And we welcome you to our community.
All right,
Let's get started.
Jordan.
Why did we go to Jordan? Why did we choose Jordan?
So we've always wanted to go to Jordan. We almost went about 10 years ago, but then our plans changed. So this time we have friends there. Usually that's a lot of times the reason we travel to places is because we have friends. So my very best friend Ed was there, and he was also leaving. So we're like, oh no, we're out of time. We got to go visit him.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy we went with him because he knew all the good food places already. He knew all the places. He knew where to go.
Yeah. He rented a car. He bought Calvin this shirt. He took us around. He let us stay in his Airbnb.
We have 1 kilo of dates.
Thanks to Ed. So, yeah, we had a blast. We thank you, Ed, again, and his fiance, Jess, for showing us around. We had so much fun. What was one of your favorite things about Jordan?
Definitely the desert. Wadi Rum. Oh, my word.
You guys, we took a flight over, 2 flights over. It's a very long trip from Portugal. It was 14 hours from when we left our house to when we got to Ed's house. So it wasn't like a quick journey.
No.
We spent 4 packed days and a night flight home, 14 hours. The flight wasn't 14 again. It was like a 3-hour and like a 5-hour. So yeah, it was a long journey, but it was worth it. So we arrived at like 10 p.m. The next morning, we're on the road by 10 a.m., driving the 3.5 hours to Wadi Rum, which was an incredible experience.
Yes, Wadi Rum is a desert. It has kind of like red sand and I think like sandstone, perhaps. You can go there and ride a camel.
Which we did.
We did that. Also, we like cruised in the back of this like pickup truck through the desert.
Yes.
And then you arrive at a little camp. I guess there's also big camps, but thankfully we only had like 10 tents in our camp. It's kind of like semi-glamping. Most of them have toilets, but it's still a little rustic.
We tried to sleep under the stars because it was a beautiful night, but mosquitoes were buzzing in our ears. And so at about 11:30 p.m., I think we went to our tent area. We were the only ones in the camp, like us two and then our 2 friends, which was crazy. And the Bedouin tribe, people, guys, They cooked us our meal like in the ground, like the dinner, which was baked chicken and vegetables, rice.
Yes.
It was really a cool experience.
Yes, they had tea for us.
Sage tea.
Yes, which we had really actually never tried, right?
No.
And it's obviously very sweetened.
So it was delicious.
It was amazing.
And we were just like sitting out, like because the Bedouin owner had 3 sons that were there, and they were like 13, 15, and 17. And we were just sitting out and hanging out after dinner, like really full, and it was full moon. The moon was full that night.
It was very bright, which was awesome, but also we would have liked to see the stars more. But we did get about 2 or 3 hours.
And I saw some shooting stars.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
beautiful.
So amazing.
But one of the Bedouin boys just like put on his Arabic music and just started dancing. I don't know if it's like a cultural thing, if they do that at every camp, but I was like, we have to dance. And so like we all got up and we're just dancing in the moonlight for probably an hour.
Yeah, to this random, I don't know, I guess if what you would classify the music as Arabic or I don't know what it was, but it was pretty fun.
It was really fun. Like we were laughing a lot.
Yes.
And then we made a bad decision and we were like, we need to go to sleep. And one of the boys was like, do you want to go for like a sunrise walk in the morning? But you have to get up at 4:30. We weren't thinking, but the sun doesn't rise until after 6. Mm-hmm. And we were like so in the spirit of the desert and dancing.
Desert dancing.
And Bedouin that we're like, sure, why not? It was so hard to get up at 4:30 a.m. Like especially from the flight the night before or like arriving the night before. And then
bad decision.
Yeah. It was rough. It was really rough. Like my eyes were like not opening and we never saw the sunrise.
I mean, it was still cool to like just, and kind of a funny, surreal moment where you're like half asleep following this Bedouin boy into the desert. There's like literally nobody else there, just into the sand. All you see is sand and like these like, you know, sand, what is it called? The rock kind of outcroppings.
Formations.
You could kind of see because of the moonlight. And it was so surreal. But yes, we did not see the sunrise.
No. And then that day we went to Petra, which is huge. Petra shocked me. I didn't realize how big Petra was. Did you?
No. I mean, anything I've seen about Petra was just, you know, like kind of like that one sort of like facade.
Temple photo.
Yeah. You're like, oh, that's cool. It'll take us like 10 minutes to look at that and then on our way. It was massive. You could spend definitely a whole day there. Mm-hmm. Walking, you need to bring some good shoes. Mm-hmm. Although you can pay a decent amount of money for these little golf cart things that you see coming in and out.
Or they have horses and donkeys, but I heard that they say they're free, but then when you go to get off, they expect money. So we just walked. We got a lot of steps that day from our morning desert walk, and then Petra.
It's true.
Petra wasn't my like absolute highlight though of Jordan. I would say the desert and the Dead Sea.
Yeah, I could see if you're really into, you know, ancient architecture. I mean, it's incredible.
You need to see it if you're there. Like it's
100%.
Astounding. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. It's amazing.
The wonder of the world.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Definitely go.
But yeah, as far as like personal experiences like, that are new, like being a part of that experience, like Wadi Rum or the Dead Sea is up there on the list.
Let's talk about the Dead Sea.
Yeah, after seeing Petra, the next day we went in the morning to the Dead Sea. It was like an hour outside of Amman, the capital city. If you fly into Amman, it's pretty close. We decided to just kind of pull over on the side of the road by the Dead Sea at a spot that we knew you can get into the water. And that turned out to be pretty cool. There's like only a few people there. And entering the water was like nothing else. You're just like, oh, I'm going to get in the water. And then you're like, the water is pushing me up.
Yeah. I felt like I somehow got on my stomach at one point and trying to get over on my back. I felt like this big pregnant woman who like couldn't get over, or like a whale or something. It was such a weird experience.
We did have a friend that was pregnant, and she went in and she said that, yeah, it was like impossible to flip over. Yeah, it's like nothing else. I think everybody should try to do it.
Yeah, well, it's 10 times saltier than the ocean.
Wow.
And so, like, my skin after like 20 or 30 minutes did start stinging a little bit. We did rub some of the clay, the natural like clay, on our bodies as well, because that's supposed to be really good. And there was a natural spring of natural water that was very warm that we washed off with too.
That was very helpful to have right there. Otherwise, like if you wash off in the salt water, then you just have this like dried cakey salt on you. And even with the freshwater shower, I still felt it, you know, on my body.
Yeah.
So, but man, what an experience. You're looking across to Israel.
Yeah.
And you just see it's a beautiful, beautiful body of water.
It was amazing. It was a little uncomfortable, like with the local people just staring. I think that's just a normal thing. Our friend told us, which was super interesting, and maybe you know if you're from Jordan, but that like culturally for a woman to show her legs might be as shocking for me as an American to go to Spain and see like a topless woman, which it was shocking the first time I was on the beach in Spain, because I had never really seen that in American beaches before. So
no, it's not common.
I was like, oh, so interesting. So that's why they're like staring, you know? So let me know if you're a local and know. But I didn't like worry about it so much. I think maybe you and Ed were more concerned about it than me.
Yeah, being a man, you kind of know how men think and things like that. So yeah, it can be a little more like, oh man, kind of a little bit of a bummer, but we didn't let it cast too big of a shadow over the experience.
No, it was an overall 10 out of 10.
Yes, 100% go if you can go. You can also stay the night in resorts on the Dead Sea, which I've heard is also very beautiful, and eat a nice meal, stay by the pool. A little more refined experience. But if you're a budget traveler, pull over on the side of the road, find a spot, and get in.
Yeah, we're kind of more budget. We do a mix of both, but if we can find something that's cheap or free, we tend to lean towards that.
So what about the food?
Oh man, Jordan has amazing food. So my favorite dish that I discovered was something called frika. And
Funny name?
Yeah, it's
Tasty.
like green wheat is how they translated it into English. But it was like this creamy, had mushrooms and definitely some sort of cheese or milk dairy product in there. But it tasted sort of like a risotto, like the texture too. But the flavor was unlike anything I had had. Yeah. So I bought my own like frika grain that I'm going to try to cook myself here.
I look forward to that.
Yes.
I enjoyed the first morning that we had in Amman. We went out and got some fresh falafel wraps.
Those were so
oh my
good.
gosh. Best falafel I've ever had.
50 cents too.
Yeah.
Like
just the food prices there are so cheap.
Yeah.
Like we ate out, I think 6 people for, it was like $25 or something.
Yeah, it was very, very
ridiculous.
Cheap. We shared a bunch of food. That was Yemeni food that we ate, and we had the Yemeni tea and like the flatbread.
Giant flatbread, or Turkish would call it lavash. It's amazing.
It was so good. Like
we could talk about the food all day.
Yeah, the food,
the tea also.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was very good. Then the one sweet that we tried that we liked was kanafe, I think.
Kanafe.
Yeah, it was amazing. We've also had it in Turkey, which Turks claim it as like theirs.
Yeah.
But I honestly liked it better in Jordan. It was something about it. It just tasted better.
Hey, but I'm open to trying it anywhere if it's good.
We did try it in Turkey.
I know, but I mean, we only tried like one spot in Turkey, so it could have been maybe just, different.
It's true. Yeah.
But
and it was good when we tried it there.
Yeah.
As well. Yes. The food, anything else about the food? Oh, you tried the local dish, the mansa.
Oh, yeah, mansa. I think that's right.
Yeah.
That's something. The mansa, it's like rice and lamb, and there's like a goat milk sauce that you like pour over top of it all. And I actually really liked it. It was so much food, so much. But It was very tasty. So I was happy. And then I found out that Jordan does ayran, which Turkey does ayran. You know, it's that kind of like yogurty drink that's a little salty sweet. I love ayran, so I was pumped to find it in Jordan.
Yeah. Well, also speaking of like milk stuff, we tried camel's milk, which I didn't even know existed until we went to Jordan.
Yes, and to be honest, it didn't taste that bad.
Yeah, it's not something I'd want like on the daily, but to try it, it wasn't bad. Yeah, I didn't spit it out.
Yeah, and it's pretty expensive too.
Yeah, like just a small glass is like $4.
Yeah.
So.
What do you think about the coffee? You know, we love good coffee, but this was like Jordanian kind of Arabic style coffee.
Yeah, they served it in some of the shops, and normally I would be like, gross, but I actually liked it. I thought it was good.
Yeah, I really like that they put cardamom in a lot of things. It's one of those spices that pretty much I like in anything. Breads, coffee, teas, lassi, like if you do like an Indian lassi. So I actually thought it was good too.
Nice.
Which is,
Surprising for us.
Yeah, because we kind of are snobby.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
But yeah, it was good.
Then we also went to Salt, which is it's the old capital of Jordan. And it's beautiful. And we had lunch there on a balcony rooftop. We bought some souvenirs. We walked around. We met your friend, Juan, for coffee.
He has
a specialty coffee shop there.
Yes, it's only like 15 minutes from Amman, depending on traffic. It was a very historic place. It kind of reminded me of like Aladdin for some reason, the cartoon.
Really?
And actually, the Aladdin was filmed in Jordan, the live action one.
Nice.
So, so it was cool.
Yeah.
What do you think about the people?
Oh, yeah. The word that we heard the most was welcome. Everywhere we went, people were like, welcome, welcome. Like, I remember just smiling so big at night at the airport because the guys were just so happy welcoming us, like smiling that you couldn't help but smile.
Yes.
So a very warm and welcoming culture everywhere we went.
Yeah, I remember stopping at a little, tea hut, on the side by the Dead Sea, getting tea from these two. They had to be like teenagers or something, but yeah, they were super respectful, super fun, just wanting to serve us this tea to the best of their abilities, and smiling like crazy. Yeah, our friend was talking to them in Arabic, and so those are the fun experiences of travel. A lot of times it has to do with food or people. Meeting very interesting people. That's what keeps us going, I think. A good view also.
Well, I don't speak Arabic, and it's a very seems like a very hard language, like 100%. I think it is one of the hardest languages to learn. I recognized a lot of words, which I was like, wow, that is a Turkish word, but a lot of Turkish comes from Arabic, so that would be why. So I thought that was really cool that I could understand some words here and there.
Yeah. Do you remember one word that's the same?
Yeah, I mean, tamam, which is like, okay.
There's like merhaba and marhaba, I think, something like that.
Yeah, very close.
Yeah.
Salam.
Malasef, I think is similar, or the same.
They would always say mumkun, which they say it a little differently in Arabic, but that is also in Turkish. So hafif, I think. There were many.
There's a lot.
Yeah. So that was cool.
Yeah.
Wow. Anything else, Calvin?
Trying to think. We did go to downtown Amman a few times to different neighborhoods as well.
Rainbow Street.
Yeah, bought a lot of things, T-shirts, magnets, bookmarks, a lot of little things, little camels. I would have bought a lot more if we had another suitcase, I think.
I know.
Like a nice rug. There was some very nice, Iranian-made Persian rugs. They're amazing. So, I think we might go back, and visit. I would definitely recommend if you haven't been to visit. And we thank all the Jordanian people for welcoming us so much.
Thank you.
I think it was a great trip overall.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend going. If you go, don't forget your chapstick and your lotion because it's very dry there. I feel like when we got to Portugal, instantly I felt like my skin was filled with water again.
the dryness there is next level. My lips were just like constantly dry. I could not get enough chapstick on them.
I couldn't wear my wedding ring. I got like a rash underneath, or this isn't my wedding ring, it's another ring, but I couldn't wear it. Like I got this red rash 2 days after being there.
Yeah.
So crazy.
Oh man.
So dry.
That's true. Lotion and
you'll be good. And ride a camel. It's such a fun experience.
It is.
Yeah.
Even though it's a little touristy, there's certain touristy things that are worth it.
Yeah, that was worth it, definitely. Well, you guys, if you made it here to the end, you're a rock star as always.
Good job.
Thank you so much for supporting our channel. We appreciate it so much. And if you haven't already, please subscribe, and we'll see you again soon.
Yep, like this video, share it with a friend that needs to learn some English.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks. See ya.
Bye.